Welcome to Bystander Intervention Training, the role of bystanders in preventing sexual harassment. Course content. Sexual harassment overview. What is bystander intervention in sexual harassment? When should I intervene? How can I intervene in a safe, productive, and active way? Bystander intervention scenarios. Sexual harassment overview. This sexual harassment overview is provided here since the role of bystander in preventing sexual harassment helps achieve the City of Chicago's commitment to provide a respectful work environment for all employees and officials, and members of the public who interact with them. What is sexual harassment? Sexual harassment includes any unwelcome sexual advance, or request for sexual favors or conduct of a sexual nature when submission to such conduct is made, either explicitly or implicitly, a term or condition of an individual's employment or receipt of city services. Submission to or rejection of such conduct by an individual is used as the basis of an employment or service decision affecting the individual, or such conduct has the purpose or effect of interfering with the work performance of an employee or creating an intimidating, hostile or offensive work environment. Types of unlawful sexual harassment. Quid pro quo sexual harassment. You do something for me, and I'll do something for you. This means that a manager or a supervisor may not tell an employee that in order to receive a promotion, raise, preferred assignment or other type of job benefit, or to avoid something like discipline or an unpleasant assignment, the employee must do something sexual in return. Hostile work environment sexual harassment. The air at work is full of sexual references and it is impacting me. A hostile work environment may occur when unwelcome sexual advances, requests for sexual favors or any conduct of a sexual nature has the purpose or effect of substantially interfering with an individual's work performance or creating an intimidating, hostile or offensive working environment. Sexual harassment is behavior that is sexual and unwelcome in nature. A wide range of conduct can constitute sexual harassment, including behaviors that may be verbal, visual or physical, or messages that are communicated through various means. It is impossible to create a definitive list of every action or behavior that could constitute sexual harassment. However, some common examples are described on the following slides. Verbal communications include suggestive or offensive remarks, requests for sexual favors, repeated and unwelcome requests for dates. Note that sexually suggestive communications may be offensive not just to the person or persons to whom the comments are directed, but to anyone who may hear those communications. Visual communications include displaying sexually suggestive materials, such as photographs, posters, desk decorations or videos. Leaving sexually suggestive magazines or objects in work areas. Creating and displaying suggestive drawings. Offensive messages may include text messages, direct messages on social media, and posts, tweets or similar communications on social media. Note: communications made using an employee's personal device or on a personal social media account may still constitute workplace harassment if those communications are connected to the workplace or impact the work environment. Sexually harassing physical conduct includes hugging, back rubs or shoulder massages, patting or pinching. Sexual assault. Individuals can be victims of sexual harassment regardless of their gender identity or the perpetrator's gender identity. All persons can be victims of sexual harassment regardless of their sexual orientation or the perpetrator's sexual orientation. The prohibition on sexual harassment also applies to non-employees or members of the public, such as patrons, vendors, and service providers. Non-employees can be victims or perpetrators of sexual harassment.
What is bystander intervention in sexual harassment? There are two types of bystanders. Passive bystanders are people who might think somebody should do something about this but then choose, for whatever reason, not to act. Active bystanders are people who think, I should do something about this and then do something to try to improve the situation. 3 important rules for being an active bystander. 1. Safety. Assess the situation and keep yourself and others safe. If you feel it is not safe to intervene directly, you can choose an indirect approach such as reporting the incident to a supervisor or your departmental EEO liaison. If you are in a situation and start to feel unsafe, get out of it and reassess your options. Don't be aggressive or violent, which will escalate the situation. 2. Active. Do something. Focus on what you can do to improve the situation. Try not to talk yourself out of doing something by saying things like "what's the point, it won't change anything." Decide on an appropriate action to take for the situation. 3. Calm. Always stay calm when taking action. The less agitated people are, the less likely things will get out of control. Don't raise your voice. Be aware that part of remaining calm is reflected in your body language. Sometimes a disapproving look is more effective than words. The most effective bystander approaches everyone with respect. Is honest and direct whenever possible. Tries to de-escalate the situation before it becomes worse. Refrains from antagonizing or accusatory language or actions. Asks for help when needed. What is the bystander effect? The bystander effect occurs when the presence of others discourages intervening in an emergency situation, against a person such as a bully, or during an assault or other crime. For this training, we will focus on incidents of sexual harassment. The greater the number of bystanders, the less likely it is for any one of them to provide help to a person in distress. Mind your own business. Adopting a MYOB attitude is tempting, but being silent can signal acceptance. Bystanders can step in and help preserve peace in the workplace. Often, when employees hear an offensive comment or witness inappropriate behavior, they look around at coworkers to gauge their reaction. If no objections are raised, those who are part of the conversation may think such language is okay, while the person who is the target of the comment or action may be afraid to speak up. Each employee can help disrupt this flow of problematic behavior. In the office, Supervisor Brad hears Peter making sexually suggestive remarks to Ellen about her appearance, but decides to stay silent. By doing this, Brad's role may be considered to be a Choice A, target. Choice B, outsider. Choice C, reinforcer. Choice D, perpetrator. The correct answer is C, reinforcer. Staying silent as a bystander indicates the behavior is acceptable, and thus reinforces it. The reinforcer effect is more acute since Brad holds a supervisory role. Why are people reluctant to intervene? It's not always easy to intervene, even if you know it's the right thing to do. Some common reasons bystanders remain on the sidelines include: I don't know what to do or what to say. I don't want to cause a scene. It's their business. I fear retaliation from the perpetrator. I'm sure someone else will step in. It's okay to have these thoughts, but it's important to realize that your actions can have a big impact. Sometimes it can be difficult to speak up in a meeting or group setting, especially if it involves a person of authority or addresses a sensitive topic such as sexual harassment. Social inhibition occurs when employees hold back in speaking up, for fear of what others may think of them. Some of this results from factors such as personality, peer pressure, confidence level and employee position/authority in the organization. Fear can get the best of us, including fear of violating social norms, retaliation for speaking up, becoming an outcast in the group. It can be easier to convince yourself that someone else will address the issue. Assertiveness. Assertive behavior is an essential part of intervening and is an honest, direct and appropriate expressions of your thoughts and feelings. Assertiveness is in the middle of the spectrum between passive and aggressive behavior. Ultimately, you have to believe in your right to speak up and to overcome the anxiety of speaking up. It's also about showing respect for the perpetrator but not their behavior. Part of assertiveness is in your body language, displaying confidence in what you have to convey. What is bystander intervention in sexual harassment? Preventing sexual harassment is everybody's responsibility. Bystander intervention involves safe and positive actions that may be carried out by a person, or a group of people to prevent harm or intervene where there is a risk or perceived risk of sexual harassment to another. Benefits of intervening. Intervening helps put a stop to inappropriate behavior and shifts the boundaries of what is considered acceptable behavior in the workplace. Failing to intervene may condone inappropriate behavior because the perpetrator may feel it is acceptable to continue in this manner. Intervening helps keep sexual harassing behavior from escalating and supports a safe and respectful workplace. Bystander intervention includes recognizing situations of potential sexual harassment, understanding institutional and cultural conditions that facilitate sexual harassment, overcoming barriers to intervening, identifying safe and effective intervention options, taking action to intervene.
When should I intervene? An active bystander intervenes before, during, or after a situation when they see or hear behaviors that should not be tolerated in the workplace. How do I know I'm being a bystander? When should I intervene? 1. Notice the event and ask yourself, does this person seem uncomfortable? 2. Recognize the situation as problematic and ask yourself what about the situation isn't right, or doesn't sit well with me? 3. Assume personal responsibility and ask yourself, what are the potential barriers or consequences of intervening? 4. Take action on the situation. Important things to consider. 1. Identify the tone of the act. This will determine how you choose to respond. 2. Consider your relationship to the perpetrator. Are you friends? Strangers? Co-workers? 3. Make yourself known. Make eye contact with the person being harassed, ask if they want help. Move yourself near the person being harassed to show support. 4. Take cues from the person being harassed. This will determine how you choose to respond. 5. Consider your safety, never put yourself at risk. Are there others nearby you can pull in for support?
How can I intervene in a safe, productive and active way? The 4 Ds of bystander intervention. 1. Delegate. 2. Distract. 3. Direct. 4. Delay. 1. Delegate responsibility. Work with someone else if you do not feel safe to directly intervene or you are not sure what to do in the moment. Ask for help from a third party, such as a supervisor, manager, human resources, etc. Ask people around you to get help while you monitor the situation. 2. Distract. Engage directly with the perpetrator and/or the person being targeted. Talk about anything other than the harassment. You can also distract by using nonverbal communication. Ask for time, help with something, directions, etc. Spill your coffee to create a distraction. Say that someone is looking for them. Cough, sneeze or make a loud noise. Walk by, and give a disapproving look. Get in the way, but continue what you are doing. Asking a question. Asking a question is often a more subtle form of intervention and can help everyone avoid embarrassment. For example, if you ask a question such as "What are you doing?" you are asking for clarification even though you know what's happening. However, this pause serves as a distraction and helps the perpetrator see the problem with their behavior as they attempt to explain it.
Supervisor Tom has his hand on Tina's shoulder while she is typing, and makes sexually suggestive remarks about her toned body. Mary witnesses what is happening. How could she use nonverbal communication to intervene? Choose the most effective intervention. Choice A. Mary could dial Tina's phone number and let her phone ring to cause a distraction. Choice B. Mary could scowl at Tom and hopes he sees her. Choice C. Mary could start using the copy machine which is directly in front of Tina's desk. Choice D. Mary could walk past Tina's desk. The correct answer is C. Mary could start using the copy machine which is directly in front of Tina's desk. Making your presence known, especially in close proximity to the perpetrator, can help de-escalate the situation and remind the perpetrator that there's now a witness to what's taking place.
3. Direct. Before choosing to do this, assess your safety. Will direct confrontation make the situation better or worse? Directly respond to the harasser. You can say things like, "Leave them alone. This is inappropriate, disrespectful, etc." Some people might consider what you said offensive. "I'm letting you know because that probably wasn't your intent." Don't speak to them that way. Please stop doing that. Ask the person if they need help. Snowball Effect. Talking openly and honestly to the harasser will have a snowball effect and encourage others to respond. It shows you recognize the comment or behavior is unacceptable and shows others it will not be tolerated. For example, if you are in a group and you hear someone making an inappropriate comment, you can say, "I can't be the only one who thinks this is not okay. Is everyone hearing what I am hearing? I am probably not the only one who feels that comment was inappropriate." 4. Delay. Check in with the victim afterwards. Intervention can happen before, during, or after a situation. If you can't intervene in the moment, you can check in with the person being harassed afterwards by sending an email or giving them a call. Let them know that what happened wasn't their fault. Ask if they're okay or if they need any support, and offer them resources such as the city's Employee Assistance Program, EAP. Which of the following are a form of bystander intervention? Select all possible interventions. Choice A, telling someone that what they said was inappropriate and offensive. Choice B, asking a question to create a distraction. Choice C, discussing reporting options with a victim of harassment. Choice D, minding your own business so the incident does not escalate further. Choice C, all of the above. The correct answers are, A, telling someone that what they said was inappropriate and offensive. B, asking a question to create a distraction. C, discussing reporting options with a victim of harassment.
Bystander intervention scenarios. Scenario 1. One morning you walk into the office to find the new intern Susan, sitting at her desk looking uncomfortable as the manager, Bob, stands behind her with his hand on her shoulder talking to her about the assignment he gave her. Please answer the questions on the following slides. Based on the scenario, what are some examples of distractions you can make? Select all possible distractions. Choice A, tell Susan that someone is looking for her at the receptionist desk. Choice B, ask Susan if she would you like to grab a cup of coffee. Choice C, immediately look for your departmental EEO liaison. Choice D, walk by Susan's desk and say you're looking for the folder you dropped off in her inbox yesterday. The correct answers are: A, tell Susan that someone is looking for her at the receptionist desk. B, ask Susan if she would like to grab a cup of coffee. D, walk by Susan's desk and say you're looking for the folder you dropped off in her inbox yesterday. What are examples of direct interventions? Select all possible direct interventions. Choice A, walk by the manager and give him a disapproving look. Choice B, tell the manager, that isn't appropriate behavior, please stop. Choice C, cough really loudly so the manager knows you are in the room. Choice D, tell the manager, hey Bob, give Susan some space. The correct answers are: B, tell the manager, that isn't appropriate behavior, please stop. D, tell the manager, hey Bob, give Susan some space. After this incident has taken place, what other interventions can you take? Select all possible interventions. Choice A, delegate, tell Bob's supervisor, the human resources manager, your departmental EEO liaison or DHR's EEO division what happened. Choice B, delay, as soon as Bob walks away, go and ask Susan, you looked uncomfortable, are you okay? I saw what happened. Do you need to talk to someone in human resources? Choice C, delay, offer to go with Susan to report the incident to the departmental EEO liaison. Choice D, delay, tell the manager that you won't spread rumors about what happened. The correct answers are: A, delegate, tell Bob's supervisor, the human resources manager, your departmental EEO liaison or DHR's EEO division what happened. B, delay, as soon as Bob walks away, go and ask Susan, you looked uncomfortable, are you okay? I saw what happened. Do you need to talk to someone in human resources? C, delay, offer to go with Susan to report the incident to the departmental EEO liaison.
Scenario 2. In a meeting of your project group, your manager Dave welcomes Steve, a new member of the team. Dave jokingly tells Steve, it's going to be fun having a new young stud in the office, as he rubs his hand on Steve's back and gives him a wink. Steve looks clearly embarrassed by this introduction. Please answer the questions on the following slides. Based on the scenario, Dave's comment regarding Steve was made in a joking, light-hearted manner, so it isn't necessary for a bystander to intervene in this situation. Choice A, true. Choice B, false. The correct answer is B, false. This could be viewed as sexual harassment and a bystander could intervene to disrupt the incident. What are some of the interventions you can take? Select all possible interventions. Choice A, delegate, report this incident to your departmental EEO liaison or DHR's EEO division. Choice B, distract, knock over or spill your coffee. Do something to cause a commotion, but do it safely. Choice C, direct, tell Dave, take it easy on the new guy, it's only his first day. Choice D, delay, after the meeting, tell Steve, I saw what just happened. Are you okay? We can report this. The correct answers are: A, delegate, report this incident to your departmental EEO liaison or DHR's EEO division. B, distract, knock over or spill your coffee. Do something to cause a commotion, but do it safely. C, direct, tell Dave, take it easy on the new guy, it's only his first day. D, delay, after the meeting, tell Steve, I saw what just happened. Are you okay? We can report this. Scenario 3. During a computer training class, you notice that the instructor, Rhonda checks to see how Mike is doing on the self-paced exercise. You overhear Rhonda tell Mike that she will stay after class to give him a private tutorial. She then squeezes his hand and says, "Don't be late, handsome. I have so much to show you tonight." Mike looks stunned and is speechless. Please answer the questions on the following slides. Based on the scenario, what is an example of creating a distraction? Choice A, immediately ask Rhonda a question regarding the self-paced exercise. Choice B, report the incident to Rhonda's supervisor or the departmental EEO liaison. Choice C, listen carefully and document what Rhonda said to Mike. The correct answer is A, immediately ask Rhonda a question regarding the self-paced exercise. What are examples of delay interventions? Select all possible delay interventions. Choice A, tell Mike to ignore Rhonda because she's always flirtatious with men. Choice B, inform Mike that you overheard the conversation and was wondering how he's doing. Choice C, let Mike know that he can report this incident to the departmental EEO liaison or DHR's EEO division. Choice D, reassure Mike that the incident was not his fault. The correct answers are B, inform Mike that you overheard the conversation and was wondering how he's doing. C, let Mike know that he can report this incident to the departmental EEO liaison or DHR's EEO division. D, reassure Mike that the incident was not his fault.
We all have the power to prevent sexual harassment and other forms of harassment with the 4 Ds. 1. Delegate, get help. 2. Distract, do something to break the moment. Cough loudly, drop something, be a pest. 3. Direct, tell the perpetrator to stop in a way you feel comfortable doing. 4. Delay, check in with the victim of the sexual harassment to make sure they are okay, and offer any help or resources that are available. At all times, before you act, assess your safety. Reporting sexual harassment. If you believe you have been a victim of sexual harassment, you have several options for making a complaint. The options are described on the next slide. Resources. Victims of sexual harassment can file complaints with the following agencies: City of Chicago, Department of Human Resources. Diversity and EEO Division. City Hall, Room 1104. 312-744-4224. Chicago Commission on Human Relations. 312-744-4474. CCHR@cityofchicago.org. Illinois Department of Human Rights, IDHR. 1-800-662-3943. www.illinois.gov/dhr. United States Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, EEOC. 1-800-669-4000. www.eeoc.gov.
Sometimes it's helpful to just talk things out. The city's Employee Assistance Program or EAP offers free and confidential assessments, short-term counseling and referrals to employees who have personal or work-related problems. The EAP can be reached at 312-744-9711.
You have successfully completed this course on Bystander Intervention Training, Role of Bystanders in Preventing Sexual Harassment.